By any chance is that like Pre tends to buy a popping sound and then he falls in front of him?
No, he just turned up in chat.
Rest of the body landing.
I take my bow and shoot at everything. Incursor is here.
I think we're all good in Cursor. How are you? I hear your internet is suffering a little bit, but
Yeah, we heard the news. Everyone heard the news.
Everyone heard about it. Literally everyone knows.
it gets to just after midday. It gets to just after midday.
Mm-hmm.
And you both hear a whoosh through the jungle. With a
Stop, guys. Stop.
George.
Something's here.
Something is at a mist.
And a mist.
I take my bow out.
There are about 10 creatures slowly surrounding you from your count.
Oh,
100
great.
worth of stuff.
I take my bow and put an arrow in and prepare for launching a magical attack.
Warhammer out, the shield up.
The acolytes and the tribal warriors all move in to surround you.
Right.
Join the Grungs! No.
Right. More stuff.
Could you roll me initiative, please?
No!
I still have that icon. I'm really pissed. I'm really angry with you, John.
Fuck all.
Right, I've got a Romad, I've got a Tauren, I've got a Theodos.
There is the Reardon.
Reardon has not.
Reardon.
John, is it normal
rolled
that
16.
I'm still...
Oh, yeah, he's rolled. Yeah, I saw it.
He's rolled, but it didn't go onto the turn tracker.
Yep.
Is it normal that we're still in the camp? On the
Yes, because I haven't moved you just yet.
Oh, for God's sake.
map? Okay.
Here you go.
Oh, God.
Well, this is concerning. Oh, I see my icon. It's very squished.
That's a question. The tribal warriors now surrounding us. Are they surrounding us facing towards us or out?
They're facing outwards towards the threat.
What the?
So they're trying to protect us
Yes,
or trying to fight with us.
they're fighting alongside you.
Okay, that's good.
No,
When you said that they were sort of surrounding us, I was starting to think that. Oh no, we're gonna have.
Do we have to re-roll?
Nope.
I don't see me in the turn order.
Yeah, I'm not in the turn order either.
I'm not.
You are.
I see
You're at the very bottom.
Yes. No, with literally. Let's have it there.
I've got Echo, I've got Riordan, I've got the acolytes and the thing and the tribal warriors, but I don't see any of the rest of us.
Yep.
I've got
I
Riordan,
see.
I've got the tribal warriors, I've got Tauren Vesuvius.
It's not any of us.
I
You
got
see
you
the-
guys in turn order,
Uh-huh.
so
Well, that's the main thing.
Well, you'll have to tell us when we go then.
I'll
Yeah,
let
definitely.
I'll let you know.
Okay.
First up,
Are you telling me we've got to hit these guys because they're fucking adorable?
Yes, we do.
This is unfair.
Not only that, to meta game a little bit, they're really tiny too.
Remember
They're like
the
little,
fluffy bears.
they're tiny tree frog people.
they are tiny tree frog people.
Remember
Hit them.
But remember the fluffy bears.
Remember the Care Bears!
Oh, actually, I've got pictures that you guys can see of them.
Oh, cool.
So
Yeah.
there's
to make Romad really not want to attack them.
there you go.
Mate.
Here we go. Grungs.
Oh.
Destroy
kill
them.
them.
Kidding me.
So you've got the green ones, and then you've got 2 red ones.
I mean, yeah,
Can we
they
try-
intend to kill you. That's the point, Danny.
Do they speak our language? Can we try and talk to them?
We
What is everything so cute had to be so hostile?
Is the way.
Can we try and talk to them?
You can attempt to on your turn,
Well, whoever's first up.
but
can attempt to
first
talk.
is Iku,
I
Oh
don't
well.
think she's going to try to.
who
I
will
can't believe I'm on the icon now, yay! Like,
who brings her hands together, and Romad,
Pray.
Torin, and Riodan, you feel blessed.
Well, thank you.
thank you.
I'm the only one not blessed.
Sorry,
It's
it's up to 3 people. She picked the 3 closest to her.
I just turned to her and said, "Why, thank you."
So whenever you make an attack roll or a saving throw, you can roll an extra d4 and add that number to the attack roll or saving throw
Oh, I see.
for the next
You
minute.
truly do feel blessed.
Hashtag blessed.
Next up is the Grung.
Son of a bitch.
Grungs.
The green Grung move.
Which one? There's many of them.
All of the green Grung move.
Fuck.
That's a red Grung I'm moving, so he doesn't move.
I can't even see anything, so I'm good.
Yeah, I'm not seeing anything at all.
Don't
You wouldn't have
see-
seen it unless I put it down. I didn't put it down.
Ah, true.
True that, y'all. True that.
True that.
Yeah.
They don't seem friendly.
They aren't
Oh.
friendly. They
I am presuming they're brandishing weaponry.
They are brandishing daggers. Menacingly. In a menacing fashion.
As menacingly they can when they look that cute.
People can be.
I'm also looking up the stats for that person. So, they are going to fling daggers. These 3 down here are going to fling daggers at the 2 acolytes here.
No.
That's a hit. And that's a hit.
God damn it, acolytes! What are we paying for?
And
Well, they are taking all the damage.
that's a miss. So that's... Oh, what do I have to do for the poison? Oh, do they just take the poison? They just take the poison. So 1 acolyte's down.
One is dead already.
So the first dagger splats into the first one, and they just clutch to the dagger and fall to the ground. Quite dead. The second one clutches where the dagger hits it, and is just sort of flung over. And you can sort of see under the skin their veins starting to show through the skin.
Ugh.
Over here, a Grung is going to throw a dagger at Romad.
Oh, for God's sake.
Does
Oh,
your
yeah.
does your AC beat 15?
No, it does not.
Okay.
What do I do?
You die from poison.
You take... Oh, geez. I'm going to roll that damage again because it rolled it as a critical hit because of the dumb way this character sheet was laid out. You take 9 points of damage.
Ouch.
Which is much better than the several million points of damage you nearly took because it thought it had a critical hit and it didn't.
Alright, I'm down to 2 then.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, we're all still.
You're
level.
all still
This is
squishy.
not-
My eyes is fucked.
The two other Grung up here and the 2 Grung down here are going to fling daggers at the tribal warriors that are sort of forming a wall. and I'm actually going to roll the right dice number. That one, that is a hit. Definitely a hit.
Oh god.
A hit.
And they're all dead.
And a hit. Oh boy.
Are you fucking kidding me right now, John?
These Grung aren't meant to be this good.
This is going to be the fluffy bears again.
I think this is going to be considerably worse than the fluffy bears again. The fluffy bears were just doing fluffy bear damage. These are doing damage and poison.
Why in the fucking world can't we have a normal monster?
Tarask. Next time, Tarask.
Next time.
Mm-hmm. If there's a next time.
Okay.
What about other guys that have?
Next up is Theodas Lorcaran.
Okay, so I see 2 people dying in front of me.
3.
Like, literally.
3.
Three?
Me. Yeah.
3 went down.
I see
3
2.
went down, yeah, I see it.
One of
I
the
see-
acolytes went down.
One of the
went down
acolytes
as
and
well.
2 of the tribal
Oh.
warriors.
No, I meant just the trouble warriors because basically I'm
Oh yeah, you're right there. Yeah, two people directly in front of you have gone down.
Yeah.
You can
So-
clearly see these things in the trees.
I'm going to rush up to them. Here.
Yep.
And do that. If
It'll
works.
tell me any minute now. Okay. So that's a dex save. Oh, out to 10 feet.
So that would get all of
That
them,
gets
surely.
all of those Grung. Let me roll 3 dex saves. So 2 succeed and take half the damage.
Theo, get out of there, please. Are you mad, by the way?
And this one didn't succeed, so takes the full 2 points of damage and is knocked prone.
Okay. And can I back away after that? I did 15 feet.
You could run away, but they will have attacks of opportunity against you. These 2 will attack back.
Okay. Well then, I'll stay there.
Please don't die.
Romad.
Well, I'm basically trying to not die. I'm gonna do a witch bolt on. I'm gonna try and do a witch bolt on these guys here.
Okay. I think
That's like a chain. That's a chain thing, isn't it? If I remember correctly.
I can't quite remember. It should be written in your character sheet, though.
Yeah, I'm now looking. I don't know how to look at it. Hang on.
The wrong book. Where is the book?
On here, the target takes 1-2d damage.
It's not a chain, it hits one person.
Okay, which one was the one I actually made the... No, that's not the one. Okay, no, I was thinking of my other one, actually. Yeah, I'll do a wish bolt on, I'm actually not going to do those ones. I'm going to do on one of these guys here. I'll do on that one.
This one.
Yep. This one.
The one I knocked out.
Is that the one you knocked out? Okay, that one then. This one here. This one here.
Okay. So roll the witch bolt.
Alright.
That is a hit. I believe that is a hit. That is a hit.
Alright.
And it does
4 million damage to all things nearby,
Including me.
except friendlies.
hit the witch bolt to roll the damage.
Alright.
So in the
5.
a lance of lightning crackles out from
Watch
Romad.
out! I scream out, watch out, and then hit the witch bolt at that one.
I duck. I just duck.
So there is a line of lightning just crackling between Romad's outstretched finger and the Grung. Now the red Grung take their turn.
Fucking hell, man.
So this one steps forward and
Explodes.
fires his crossbow at the tribal warrior that's still standing. And kills him.
No! You're killing me.
And then I'm also going to remember to turn off, always roll with advantage. Advantage toggle, there we go, that's what I want you to do. This Grung up here will attack Iku.
No, we need that.
And that's a miss. So a bolt soars past Iku's head and disappears into the jungle on the other side.
Can I just say how shit the company of men we were sent off with is?
You certainly can.
I'm going to be writing a strongly worded letter.
Riordan.
Can I talk to the manager, please?
I am going to run over here.
Okay.
Hit this guy with my quarterstaff.
Do it. Spank him one. Spank him one.
That is a hit.
Ooh, that is a good hit.
Okay, and then as a monk you can follow that up, can't you?
Yes, I can. So an unarmed attack, isn't it?
Yes.
Or- Okay.
Smack him in the face!
So you smack him across the face with your quarterstaff, and then you follow it with a roundhouse kick
Hey, nice.
that deals
Oh, yeah.
a fair amount of damage to this guy's face. At this point, the acolytes are going to take their turn.
About fucking time!
Unfortunately, the tribal warriors have all fallen down by this point.
God damn it. You call that warriors?
Fucking useless!
Really, guys, really?
This is me out of character, by the way, because Dorman said that.
This acolyte is going to run over to Romad and cast Cure Wounds.
Oh, thank you. I thought it was like another guy was like, oh, please, no.
So you heal 6 points of damage.
That is 8. Oh, thank God for that. Thank
And this one will try to heal his friend.
They're just healing each other. Do something.
Hey, at least he healed me, or else I'll be dead.
That's true.
Don't worry, we did next to her.
I'm the one holding the arm here, okay?
I mean, it's true that they're pretty useless in combat. They showed that, so.
And then-
the first time they've been in combat, this is the first time they've had a chance.
This guy who's just been healed will fire a blast of sacred flame up into the Grung that threw a dagger down at him. That wasn't the best roll there, Mr.
Mr.
Dude.
There was a whole 1 point of damage.
I think it burnt his, a bit of his hair.
So he made the saving throw and takes half damage, which rounds to 0. So that's great. Tauren,
What do you want from me?
Run.
attack the Grung or run away.
I don't know. If I go to attack this, the problem I have is that if I go to attack this lot, then they're all going to gang up on me and I'm going to die. If
I could use some help.
fuck it, yeah, I'm going to barrel through these guys, and I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to try and smack this one in the face with my warhammer.
Okay.
Remember the game of golf. The game of golf.
That is a hit.
And I swing. There we go. Okay. I clicked it once, it didn't do anything. I clicked it again, so it rolled twice. So the first one.
It is
12.
dead.
Yeah.
Nice.
I go like, high five, mate.
I high five. It's a bonus action. High five.
As a bonus action, you high five.
As a satisfying clunk of Grung's skull.
On Iku's turn, I need to find Iku's character sheet. There it is.
Oh, she got the spell Destroy All Grung.
How did I not notice that one in her first turn? She turns to Romad and lays a hand on your shoulder, and you feel that she's cast some form of magic on you, but you're not sure what.
Now is not the time for romance.
What did you do to me? You will see.
Now it's the Grung's go again. This went so well last time.
Oh yes, I'm gonna die.
The Grung that you knocked over stands up and is going to attempt to stab you, Theodas.
Yeah.
Does a 16
Hits.
versus your
Hits.
armor class.
Hits.
You take 13 points of damage.
I'm dead.
Again? Are you serious?
Theodas falls over.
And 10 points. The guy goes with a fucking 2,000 points of damage. What can I do?
I am very hurt.
This Grung wanders over to Torin Vesuvasirgiesh.
Did you say Thorin?
Torin
Thorin Oakenshield.
Vesuvasirgiesh. 6 versus your AC.
That does fuck all to me.
Drags a dagger across your chest, but it doesn't do anything.
Look at him. I just look at him like with. I'm not angry. I'm just disappointed.
I'm not angry, but I'm just disappointed in you.
Does he feel shamed enough to leave?
He doesn't feel shamed enough to leave, but he does look at you going, "Fuck you." Tanny, this Grung down here turns to face you, sizes you up.
Wisdom.
Just looking at you, thinking.
What kind of thing is it?
Who are you?
What are you looking at?
Why do you have an arm around your neck?
What are you looking at, bitch?
Lower the kiss. Scare it. Lower the kiss.
And then decides, instead of attacking you, to attack the acolyte stood next to you.
Ooh.
That must be the thing. Well, he's dead. He's very dead.
I'm just waiting for the yarn to do the middle finger at it.
Who is very dead now.
You deleted the acolyte that had the.
I deleted the acolyte that had the turn tracker on it. I feel that won't matter too much.
Yeah, I think they're all gonna die.
These two, red shirt 1 and 2 down here, are gonna win.
Actually, yeah, that guy missed. So I've got 3 more attacks against these acolytes. Let's see how they go. Hit, that's a hit, and that's a definite hit.
What are these guys wearing? Tissue paper?
I'm more questioning myself on how the fuck does John think we can match this kind of damage?
Theodas!
It's
I'm
fine.
dead.
It's fine. In the end, I'll fucking have to beat them all up.
Can you make me a death saving throw, please?
I sure can.
They're not fucking dying.
You're not dying! That's one successful death saving throw.
Yet!
I'm turning to Soren and I'm like, instead of playing with that, can you help me?
I can do practically fuck all, but sure.
Romad,
Yep.
the target of your witch bolt died, so it fades away.
Okay.
You can recast magics.
Got it. I'm gonna. Can I do the witch bolt again? Yeah. Because
You
I want to
can.
do it on this. I want to do it on this fucker that decided to stare at me.
Okay.
All right.
But he didn't. He's not your friend.
But he looked at
He
me
looked
funny.
at you.
I don't like being looked at funny, alright?
He gave him a dirty look, man.
He gave me a dirty look, man. That's not all. That's not cool, bro. That's not cool.
That's not cool, bro.
He's gonna fucking get it.
I'm afraid that that's a miss.
You.
Fuck this. I'm out of here.
Right, guys. I'm just leaving. Goodbye.
Screw you guys, I'm going home.
Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Okay, Riordan.
Okay.
You get stabbed by a dagger.
What? I don't even get to try and block it or dodge?
It's your AC, I'm afraid.
Damn.
So you
He's dead again, isn't he?
go
He's
down
dead.
again.
Yes.
He has less. He has
You
less
take
life
10
than I
points.
do.
I'm pretty sure the last time he went down, he took exactly 8 points, and his health was 8.
Yes.
Well, you
I'll
take
take
10
the
this
10.
time, so you fall over.
Hey, buddy.
And then the Grung wildling over here is going to attempt to
Wisdom run out again.
fail that saving throw.
I called it.
What does the wisdom do? It's just basically just stare at people and that's it. Unless they say something that might make them feel scared.
I think Echo got you protection or something with that magic she used, so they have to do wisdom to attack you or not. That's my guess.
And so another crossbow bolt whizzes past Eku's head.
Gosh, she's like
Matrix.
she is freaking Matrix indeed.
Riordan! Make me a death saving throw, please.
Please don't die, Riordan.
Don't die.
So it's just hitting Dave's death saves, isn't it?
Yeah.
I really should have been a cleric instead.
Yep, you can mark a successful death saving throw for that.
Hooray!
Both elves are down again.
Torin Vesuvasegiesh.
Right.
I think you pronounced that last name.
But these are the thing, yes. I'm going to skirt to there. So I got these two in a nice little line.
In a nice little line, I notice you've lined up there.
Yeah. And I'm going to use my breath weapon on them.
Okay.
There is a 5 foot by 30 foot line. And they have to make a...
Wait a minute, let me see if they're in line. Yep.
They are in line. They're in line.
And they have to make a dexterity saving throw.
Okay. What's the AC? What's the thing?
The AC is 14.
That's one fail and one success.
So, oh no, hang on. Slash roll 2d8, please. No, 2d6, sorry. This is far too much damage. So, yeah, 4. So, one takes full damage, one takes half.
So this guy takes 4 points of damage. I'll say the guy closest to you failed, and the guy that's furthest away from you takes 2 points of damage. They ain't down, but they're not looking too healthy.
They're now fizzing lightly.
Yeah, light fizzing.
Staring at you with disbelief.
And I can't do anything for Theodas because I'm not high enough level.
Oh, it's alright. I'm dying. Just let me bleed out.
Literally,
Well, I'll sit next to you in a minute.
literally, the only healing I can do is lay on hands, and I have to do that as an action. So then I can do nothing.
I understand. Do your job.
Either way, I'm done here. I give that Grung the dirtiest, the most evil of looks.
That red thing just moved, didn't it?
Eku runs over to Riodan.
Just get up, you lazy son of a bitch!
Smack him up.
Kiss of life.
Don't smack him. Don't smack him. You'll fail a death saving throw.
You are back to full health.
Full health for 8.
All
Please.
8 points of health.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm gonna die. I really feel like I'm gonna die.
The Grungs go now.
I'm out in the open here! I'm sitting out in the open! Oh, for fuck's sake, are you kidding me?
Firing squad.
No!
You got it?
My grandma's fucking pissed right now, and he's just saw that, and he's like, oh, for God's sake.
You've got the red one, like, company, take arms, aim,
I'd rather not.
fire. Oh God.
They
So
all
missed.
raise daggers, and none of them throw them.
They all throw them at each other.
I'm just literally running my hand axe out now. I'm just like, don't you fucking dare. Got my
Torin.
hand axe and not afraid of using them.
What?
One of them swings at you with a 19.
Yes, it does.
So that's 4 plus 7 points of poison damage.
1, 2, 3, 4,
11.
4, 5, 6, 7. I'm on 3 hit points.
And then this Grung is... I don't know, I don't want to kill you. But he
Do
will,
it.
he
We
will
should
come
have thought
around
about
here.
that before throwing all this at Yep.
Oh dear.
Jeez.
We're all dying.
So
one
you
by
take
one.
that.
8.
Yeah, there's no chances I'm gonna be saved here.
Yeah, I'm actually full blown dead.
You fall over.
Actually, no, I'm not full. I'm not actually full blown dead. I just only realised. Yeah,
You're just sucked out. You're just knocked out,
well,
mate.
if you take your health over that, once you get dropped to 0, you die completely. So I am unconscious.
Theodes, make me another death saving throw. That's another success.
Hooray!
Romad,
A little help.
Can I deal with the Eldritch Blast? Can that do anything? I forgot what that does.
that deals damage.
That does deal damage. Because I'm going to run over here, and I'm going to try and get one of these guys. Well, they're already knocked out though, aren't they? No, one of them's knocked
No.
out.
One of them was knocked over briefly, but I've forgotten to take off the thing that says he's stood up
So-
now.
So these both are stood up right now, yeah?
Yep.
Alright, I'll do the Eldritch Blast. I need to read through that again quickly.
Eldritch Blast deals damage to one creature.
What was the other one I just had pressed it? Oh, that one. Oh, I just pressed a button. Oops, my bad. Don't touch that. I was
No, it's too late. You now make them all clean.
I'm sent to effect such as shower sparks.
You just start doing like minor magic tricks at them.
Hang on, I need to read this one.
Try and scare them with a sparks, a shower of sparks.
Alright, I'll do the Eldritch Blast on this guy.
Okay. Roll the Eldritch Blast.
No.
Fuck's sake. That is unfortunately a miss.
Are those creatures made for level 1 characters?
Yes. Yes, they are.
Are 10 of them made for level 1 characters?
It should be a difficult fight, but you should be able to do it.
It seems impossible fight.
I am begging.
Sleeping Divine, please help us. Let us be the protagonist in your story.
Send us help, please.
Where's the paladin when you need one?
I am a paladin.
Stop making it them paladins. No.
This Grung misses attacking Iku.
Paladins are essentially just fighters at level 1.
Well.
And this guy jumps across to here.
Oh yeah, he jumps completely.
Well, they are frogs. I mean.
They are frogs. And also misses an attack against Iku.
Jeez. Matrix much?
Reardon.
Okay. I'm gonna hit the guy in front of me with a quarterstaff.
Can I make quiet suggestions?
Yeah!
If you go here, you'll be flanking the Grung.
I'll go there then. I'll flank the and then hit him with a quarterstaff.
That gives you that. Yes, you definitely hit. That's a critical hit. Roll the damage.
Can it die now? Can it die?
Let me just work out. 5.
When John when John actually begins to cheat so that his characters not die at the third stream.
Yes! By the power of a spoon.
Yeah.
Spoon.
Unleash the power of the spoon.
Torin for Super Sergiesh.
Super Saiyan spoon. Super spoon.
Death saving throw, please.
Yeah. One success. If only I could use my fucking. I think I'm gonna quickly have a look. Yeah, there's no way I can't do that, can I? I'd need to be conscious to use lay on hands. So.
Riordan. Iku turns to face you, places a finger over her lips, and then suddenly she transforms from the form of a middle-aged Cholton woman into her true form.
And what is
That's a roll.
She
We
becomes
made the right choice.
she becomes a winged snake person.
I can't.
And she rears up in front of the Grung wildling in front of her.
Oh no, I think everything got hang on a minute. I did something bad. Oh no.
And rolls incredibly poorly. And slams her face into the ground.
You call that a terrible climax to this scene.
And then she wraps herself around the Grung and squeezes.
Oh, his head pops off. His head pops off.
Pop the head.
And it doesn't pop the head quite off. But it is damaged. Seeing this, these Grung decide now is a time for discretion to be the better part of valor. And
Are
they
you doing
leave.
this because half of those are you doing this because half of us is already dead?
No.
Oh no.
These two jump forward. Romad, the dagger comes up and suddenly just stops in the air.
Kick him in the nuts! Kick him in the nuts!
And the other one swings it at Iku and misses wildly. Theodas, can you make me a death saving throw, please?
Please don't die.
Oh wow.
You actually get 1 hit point, and you wake up.
I wake up just like Jon Snow.
I literally, my roll 20 is there we go. My roll 20 is fine now.
Romad. Romad, it is your turn.
Hang on a second. My roll 20 has decided to freeze on me.
That's helpful.
That is very helpful right now. Alright, I'm now getting the character sheet up at the moment, but it's just really slow for some reason, and it's making me very, very angry. Come on, don't freeze on me, not now! Not now, please! Even your live streams froze on me.
John?
Yes?
As I wake up from my death save, I don't have the possibility to move, I wager.
No, it's at the end of your turn.
Okay, I'm probably gonna die again.
Not until I'm around. Not unless I'm around.
I've got 2 of them surrounding me.
I'm gonna use two of my hand axes, and I'm gonna attack this one.
Okay.
Alright, let me just get myself ready. Hand axe. Boink!
That's a hit.
It's not showing us. Oh, okay, that's good. Right.
Tommy's dead.
Yep, this.
He's not quite dead yet.
God damn it!
How much does these things take?
This one, I mean, that one. Then again, that one has only been gotten I think the first damage it took was from my breath weapon, and it only took 2 damage.
The Grung, the red Grung, who is currently being constricted by Iku, attempts to be not constricted by Iku anymore.
Fail! Screw up and die, dragon half.
And does manage to extricate itself from her.
I mean, it's kind of a frog, so yeah.
And will make an attack against Iku. And nearly hit. Riordan.
He's an angry one.
Okay.
Well done.
I'm going to run here and hit the red thing with my quarterstaff.
Cool. That is a hit against the red thing with your quarterstaff.
Smash it, 1!
Cool. Do you follow it up with some form of a roundhouse kick and or elbow and or punch it in the face?
I do. I follow up by punching it in the nads.
Cool. That is a hit to the nads. The frog is now singing Vestrati. Torin Vesuvasegiesh.
It makes the sound of a
frog being hit in the nads.
It makes the sound of one of those swinging ball things that you have on desks just being dropped. I fail that
You
one.
failed a death saving throw. It's now Iku's turn. And Iku will spin round and bite at the Grung behind it. And hit. And...
And she's going to...
the Grung falls unconscious from poison damage.
Yeah.
And then she's going to constrict
that one again.
and hit and kill it.
Get back here.
So just,
Finally!
and then on her
Like
turn,
screwing up a paper towel.
also on her movement, she is going to move over to here, but she can't actually do anything when she gets here. So she's just going to sort of fly over. It's now the Grung's turn.
Okay, bye.
Fuck.
I have no chance.
And Tanny, they all hold daggers out towards you and fail to actually hit you.
No, okay.
Theodas.
If I move away, will this one get a round of attack?
They will attempt to attack you, yes.
God damn it. Well, I have no choice but to use the scimitar then. I'm trying to kill the one at my right.
That's a hit.
What's the scimitar again?
Sorry, which
It's
one are
a
you
heavy
trying to
sword.
hit? The one in front of you, or the one...
Yeah, this one.
That
A
one?
single-edged curved sword.
Oh, those! Interesting.
It is very damaged. Romad,
Yep.
it's your turn.
Oh, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna hacksaw this bitch and then
Okay.
that's this bitch. Let me please get it.
That is just a miss. It just moves out of the way. Riodan,
I
Help us,
am.
please.
Your help is needed, Riodan.
I'm going to charge over here and smack this one with
you
my
are at
quarterstaff.
advantage on attacking that one.
I'm at a disadvantage.
Advantage.
Oh, advantage.
As in, roll that again.
Oh,
With advantage.
No.
That was worse.
That was worse. You missed.
damn it.
Torin Vasivasegiesh.
Yes.
Roll a death saving
Death
throw.
save.
That's a
Any
successful
attack
death saving throw.
I couldn't remember.
On Iku's turn, Iku is going to cast her final Cure Wounds of today. No, wait, she's only done it once. She's going to cast another Cure Wounds for today. Torin, she touches you and you regain 9 hit points.
No. No.
Okay, Grung, one Grung is going to attack Riordan. That's an 11 to hit,
I'm a class 14.
so that misses.
Yeah.
And then 2 are going to try to attack Tanny, and they both sort of raise their dagger up, going, "I'm sure I do something with this." Theodas.
I'm going to finish this one.
Okay, roll
Or
it.
at least attempt.
Please kill it.
That's a hit.
Yes, that's a good one.
Not quite dead yet. Romad.
I just take the finger off.
Roman, attack the one to your left. I'll take out the one at the bottom.
Which one is the most weakest one out of all those three?
The one to your left.
Okay, I'm gonna get him again, and I'm gonna probably use my Eldritch Blast on it.
Okay, so you just kind of underhand Eldritch Blast in his general direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna do uppercut.
You
Eldritch
Eldritch
Blast
Blast in
punch.
general direction.
Roll it.
What?
Was his father?
Ah, you miss.
I'm sorry, I don't think of a word right now.
Riordan.
I'm gonna hit this one I'm standing next to with this stuff.
You are at advantage.
Roll it again.
Roll again.
Roll again. That's good, you hit.
Yeah.
Yay.
Roll the damage.
I forgot what's going on here. Roll the fucking damage. So Discord getting in the fucking way.
It is dead.
Yes.
Torin
About
Vasivasegiesh.
fucking time. What?
You're awake. Hit things.
I'm awake. I'm very, very pissed off right now.
Same here. I think we're all.
Right. Am I able... fuck it, I'm just going to hit the one right in front of me.
Cool.
Literally get up and immediately as I'm getting up, fucking bring the fucking
Bring
hammer
the
up.
Hammer?
warhammer up.
No,
That's
no.
a miss.
Yep.
And it just comes back down again.
Iku is going to come around here and with advantage attempt to bite the one.
That's what I was thinking. Do I go like skirt around to like here and try and get advantage on that one? But I didn't do it.
And this one just vanishes into Iku's mouth.
Ugh.
I bet that'd be very interesting to eat.
Tastes like chicken.
Meanwhile, this one just pops as she squeezes it.
Yeah.
Just all the flesh goes all over us because we're like really close together. We're just like
Pretty
flesh just
much.
pops up. Ugh.
I
And
just
she just-
fall to the ground and yell in pain.
She
I'm
just
falling
kind
down
of-
the ground as well.
I stagger over and I use my lay on hands to give him the 5 hit points I can give him.
I just lay on the floor and like just lay there and just deep breathing.
I just collapsed to the floor on my backside, just smiling. Like, yeah. I knew we'd get there.
Iku will kind of just curl back down onto the ground and transform back into the form that you will recognize her as.
I didn't know you can do that.
I get the feeling we're going to have much to talk about.
I get the feeling I can't help but notice that wasn't in the contract.
That was impressive though.
However, I do say we've got a bargain.
I prefer not to do that.
Well, in that case, I think that was more than needed.
We're
Well,
very thankful for
But
your
also, I
assistance.
prefer not to lose the people I'm guarding.
Well, let's take a drink, please. I'm
it is
crying.
greatly appreciated. I like pat her on the shoulder.
Where are you going, Theodas?
Trying to heal myself somewhere.
I did give you 5 hit points, by the way.
Oh, it didn't show. I'm alright, I just lost a bit of blood. That's it.
And
I'm
Romance,
going to go over to the bodies of our fallen charges
Fallen comrades.
and start like preparing them for some sort of burial.
Romad,
You say that's yeah.
the arm taps you on the shoulder, and
Yeah.
you can see the ring that was around its finger, the magic ring that was around its finger. The
Yeah.
glow has suddenly brightened and is pulsing.
Oh,
Ooh,
nice.
Hmm?
Come on.
wow. What's happening?
What's going on?
I don't know.
It waves, and just
Is it gone?
and it's gone.
Friend, why?
No.
Roman is greatly sad about this.
I guess the power of the ring must reverse some way.
We cannot hope that our friend has found its way back to his rightful owner.
I hope so.
Godspeed, loses arm. Godspeed.
If only we knew where we could see the adventures of Luz's arm and the rest of Luz.
Yes, if only.
And
But-
somewhere in the distance of Neverwinter, you hear Luz sneeze.
Somewhere, in
Luz-
the, somewhere really far away, we just hear the shrill scream of "What the fuck!" as she sees the other ring on her hand.
Pretty much.
It's just so beautiful.
Just remind me, was it on the engagement finger?
It was.
It was.
Did you
What
guys?
shall we do about the?
Did you guys leave a
evil?
note under the ring? Because I know you mentioned doing it.
No.
I
We
want to
didn't in
say
the end.
I want to say Torin did.
Okay. Do you want to let me know what Torin wrote in this note?
Just like a small note saying just our name, like
Our names.
I hope, like literally, I hope you enjoyed your adventure in Chult and our names.
Okay.
And then just like rolled it up pretty thin and just kind of like tucked it around the band of the wedding ring.
Okay.
No, this is going to be something interesting for next week.
Nah, I
What shall we
doubt,
do
I
about
doubt
the
it'll come
people
up.
inside?
What?
What shall we do about our comrades?
We need a bury them.
Torin's already started like trying to clean them off and
Is it
trying
possible to loot the Grungs, by the way? Is there anything I can... Can I search around
can
and
we
see
loot?
this? Yeah, can we loot and see what they got? That'd be useful.
The Grungs, you can find some daggers. You can find some the two the two red-skinned ones that seem to be the leaders. Both have a crossbow.
Huh, interesting.
They're all of very primitive make. They're all very rough.
That's fucking effective.
Fairly effective.
Maybe you should grab their arrows. Maybe it'd be more useful if you grab their arrows. If they have any.
I had both, so it must be
Never enough
something.
arrows. Never enough arrows, guys.
Yeah, round up the arrows. I'll take them.
I'm just still laying there, by the way. I'm just laying there.
And I begin to help Torin round up the bodies and clean them.
yeah, so clean them off, make them presentable.
So yeah, Torin, Theodos, you would have seen this the other day. I think Romad was also up for the night shift, so you would have seen what Torin did to the...
Yeah, so I do what I saw Torin did the last time we were over the body.
Yeah, and once again, dig a deep enough pit, like graves for each of them, and yeah, I do my thing.
You do your thing. It takes several hours, but with the aid of your party members, you do indeed do your thing.
I just see in the meantime if our companions have any gold or any valuables we could take.
You don't.
That's a point, our dead companions.
You don't find anything of use.
Okay.
Oh, they're very useful.
Do any of them like, especially any of the acolytes? I was presuming the acolytes do have their own like holy symbols and things like
Yeah, they all have their own holy symbols. The tribal warriors don't. They have they don't really have anything at all. They have weapons.
Use those weapons to like kind of make a little gravestone thing.
Yeah.
With the acolytes, I get their holy symbols and I like lay them on their chests, like each of them. The warriors, as their warriors, I'm going to presume they prefer to be with their weapons. It's kind of like a warrior thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
So I put their weapons like at their sides and bury them and say a few words. Very awkward for me.
And as you settle in for another night of rest, you also all feel that you are somewhat changed by this experience. You have grown as people, and have all now reached the second level of experience.
Yes!
About fucking time!
Exactly!
I just can barely imagine like Taylor's going, I feel like I've grown as a people right now.
I feel like I'm level 2.
I feel like my hair's grown longer.
If there was a number for how I'm feeling right now,
I'd
2
say
would be
2.
it.
I was
Two,
1 before, but now
Don't jinx
I
it.
am 2.
Maybe that would mean that I would actually survive.
Number 2.
So let's quickly go through before we call a close to this session. What you all get from leveling up. Theodas, you are a druid.
Theodas is a druid, apparently.
Theodas, you're a druid, correct?
I am.
So if you were taking another level of druid, you gain wild shape,
Ooh.
which means you can magically assume the form of a beast that you have seen before. You can use this feature twice a day. You
So
regain.
it's either the frogs or the fluffy bears.
Frogs aren't a beast.
I don't think
Oh.
either of them are beasts. We'll work
Oh,
out
so-
what beasts Rioden has seen.
I was about to say, how about the koalta?
How about that freaking goat?
You can turn into a goat.
No thanks, I'll pass.
At this level, you can transform into any beast that has a challenge rating of a quarter or less, and
No.
that doesn't have a flying or swimming speed.
Uh-huh.
You can stay in beast shape for a number of hours equal to half your druid level. You then revert to your normal form, or you have to spend another use of wild shape.
Okay.
You can revert to your normal form at any point. You will also automatically revert if you fall unconscious, drop to 0 hit points, or die. There's a whole bunch more, but there's like half a page on it, so I'll let you read through that at some other point. At this level, you also identify with a circle of druids.
Uh-huh.
Circle of life.
No, the Circle of Druids.
Circle of druids.
So basically, this is where you get to pick what your focus as a druid is.
Very good.
Circle of the moon, or circle of the thing.
So you've got
whatever.
Circle of the Land, which is made up of mystics and sages who safeguard ancient knowledge and rites through a vast oral tradition. These druids meet within ancient circles of trees or standing stones to whisper primal secrets to each other. The circle's wisest members preside as chief priests of communities that hold to the old faith and serve as advisors to the rulers of those folk. Basically, you know magics. That's sort of the magical focus.
You know magics, that's it.
There's also Circle of the Moon.
You can full moon people. Show their butts.
Druids of the Circle of the Moon are fierce guardians of the wild. Their order gathers under the full moon to share news and trade warnings. They haunt the deepest parts of the wilderness, where they might go for weeks on end without crossing path with another humanoid creature. Basically, that's the shape-shifting focus.
Okay.
Then I
Like
also...
Druid has in another series.
For examples of people who are the shape-shifting focus, see Fenthwick Fizzlebang. Then you also have...
Circle of the Shepherd and Circle of Dreams, I believe.
I believe you are correct.
The description that you sent me, Scar, I think the Circle of the Moon sound pretty interesting.
Circle of Dreams are members of... druids who are members of the Circle of the Dreams hail from regions that have strong ties to the Feywild and its dreamlike realms.
Sweet dreams are made of these.
These druids seek to fill the world with dreamy wonder. Their magic mends wounds and brings joy to downcast hearts, and the realms they protect are gleaming, fruitful places where dream and reality blur together, and where the weary can find rest.
No hermit, that is.
While Circle of the Druids of the Circle of the Shepherd... Did I say Circle of the Druid?
You did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Damn it.
You big dork.
Circle of the Shepherd. Druids of the Circle of the Shepherd commune with the spirits of nature, especially the spirits of the beast and the fey, and call to those spirits for aid. These druids recognize that all living creatures play a role in the natural world, yet they focus on protecting animal and fey creatures that have difficulty defending themselves.
Yay!
Shepherds, as they are known, see such creatures as their charges. They ward off monsters that threaten them, rebuke hunters who kill more prey than they need to, and prevent civilization from encroaching on animal habitats, on sites sacred to the Fae. Many of the druids are happiest far from cities and towns. Yeah.
We eat the antelope.
Which of
The antelope
these
eats the grass.
appeals to you, Theodas Lorakaran?
I am tempted by either land or... I'm going to say. So
It
land,
is
land is
very
Land
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 is more
focuses on
magic.
magic.
land gives you an extended spell list, so you can cast certain spells you normally wouldn't be able to, depending upon which land you choose.
And moon is shapeshifting.
Yep.
You get more versatile. You're able to transform into more powerful creatures,
Yeah.
and you get like, I think eventually you get the ability to transform as many times as you want.
I think I'm going to go with the moon because otherwise I'll be useless in combat.
Okay. So when you choose this circle, you gain the ability to use your wild shape as a bonus action instead of an action.
Mm-hmm.
Additionally, if you are transformed by wild shape, you can use a bonus action to expend 1 spell slot to regain 1d8 hit points, which is helpful.
Okay. Always helpful.
And then, because of your ties to the moon, you also can use your wild shape to transform into a beast with a challenge rating as high as 1.
Wow.
Instead of 1/4.
Okay.
Which at this level is a big thing.
Indeed.
And then you will gain further things as you level up. Monk.
Yes, voice in the sky.
Monk. Starting
Yes.
at 2nd level, you gain the following benefits. Unarmored Movement. Your speed increases by 10 feet while you are not wearing armor or wielding a shield.
Hooray.
And this bonus will increase further as you level up. But now your speed is 45 feet per round.
Yeah, beautiful. And that's it.
You also gain Ki.
Ooh.
Starting at 2nd level, your training in the martial arts allows you to harness the mystical energy of Ki. You have access to energy is represented by a number of Ki points. Starting at this level, you have 2 Ki points, which you will notice has just appeared in your character sheet.
Yes, so it has.
Your monk level determines the number of points that you have access to. You can spend these points to fuel various Ki features. You start knowing 3 such features. Flurry of Blows, Patient Defense, and Step of the Wind. When you spend a Ki point, you need to take a short or long rest to recover your Ki points.
Okay.
Some of your Ki features require your target to make a saving throw, which we'll work out what that is later,
Okay.
because none of these ones do. So at this level, you can use Ki to make a flurry of blows. Immediately after you take an attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 Ki point to make 2 unarmed attacks.
Very nice.
Patient Defense, you can spend 1 Ki point to take a dodge action as a bonus action on your turn. So the dodge action, I believe I've got this right, means that anybody that attacks you does so at disadvantage.
Alright, cool.
So normally you can just take a full action and go, I'm gonna hide. For you can spend a Ki point and it's just a bonus action, so you can hit somebody and then you go, I am defending myself from incoming attacks.
Cool.
You can also do Step of the Wind. You can spend 1 Ki point to take the disengage or dash action as a bonus action on your turn, which means you can either disengage, which is a 5-foot step away from an enemy, or dash is allows you to move your full movement speed.
Fair enough.
Which
cool.
means that on your turn, you can move your speed of 45 feet. You can then take an action to do a dash, which means you move another 45 feet. And then you can spend a key point to take a bonus action to move a further 45 feet. Meaning you're quite fast. Sean,
Yes,
you already know what you get, but
I do.
you take a fighting style. Which fighting style have you gone for?
I'm not sure. I've got defense, which will increase my AC by 1. I've got dueling, which when I'm wielding a melee weapon in hand and no other weapons, I gain a +2. I gain +2 to damage rolls.
You become a musketeer.
I can pick great weapon fighting, which is when I roll a 1 or 2 on a damage die for an attack you make with a melee weapon that you are wielding with 2 hands. You can re-roll the die, but must use the new roll. The weapon must have the 2-handed or versatile property when you're gaining this benefit, which my Warhammer I can use.
You can do that.
Or I can use protection. Yes, I can.
You do that, yes.
Yes, I can. When a creature when a creature you can see attacks a target other than you that is within 5 feet of you, you can use your reaction to impose disadvantage on the attack roll. I must be wielding a shield, which I am. So I'm not sure. I may have to decide that off camera.
You then also get spellcasting
I get spellcasting
and Divine Smite.
and divine smite, which is awesome balls. So I can use a spell slot to empower my weapon with divine fury. So yeah, and it does even more damage to the undead and fiends.
Undead and fiends are dealt further damage.
Yes.
And then our warlock friend,
Yeah, well,
at 2nd level, you gain Eldritch Invocations.
oh,
In your
Okay.
study of occult lore, you have unearthed Eldritch Invocations, fragments of forbidden knowledge that imbue you with an abiding magical ability. At
I didn't do it.
At 2nd level, you gain 2 Eldritch Invocations of your choice. Your invocation options are detailed at the end of your class description. When you gain certain warlock levels, you gain additional invocations of your choice. You also know a new spell.
Yay, spells, give me all of them.
1.
You learn 1 new spell, and you also gain 1 new spell slot.
I don't have any spell slots, doesn't say on my thingy.
You have 1 spell slot.
Yeah.
You had 1 spell slot, you now have 2 spell slots.
Alright, I need to figure out where I've got to find these spells.
Tanny, I'll go through what the Eldritch Invocations are with you as well off camera, because I get the feeling that just reading a massive chunk of the book out will not make for great radio.
Or just take a picture of it and then send it to me. Take a picture of the actual information, I'll read it through that way.
For now, guys, I'm going to say goodbye to the stream.
Alright.
Guys, farewell.
Everyone's
Avida
dead,
saying
thank
goodbye. Everybody nearly
Yeah.
died, but they didn't. They survived.
Thanks to the
Everything's fine.
We
intervention,
persevered.
the truest Deus Ex Machina you could ever
Okay.
possibly do.
They nearly died, but they did not, and they lived to fight another day in the jungles of Chult.
And there was also the very first crossover with the other.
And there was the first
Team.
direct crossover with the other team and their actually a character that crossed over. Sort of.
Well, basically, it was basically an arm, so I mean, I hand it to them.
Hey.
I mean, it was only a bit of armless fun. We'll be back.
Fingers.
That's a beautiful pun, Ben. That's a beautiful pun.
I'm going out on a limb here to say that we're done with the puns for now.
I think I've actually started bleeding internally from all these. If we could stop.
We'll be back next
You
week.
need the help of the spoon.
Yes.
I'll be back in the week. I'll be back in the week with some more games. I'm not sure what we're playing this week. I know that on Friday I'm playing
Twister.
Space D&D with Scar running the campaign, and Ben will also be there, I think.
Yes.
Yep.
And
Indeed.
Jeff will be there, and we'll have fun, and we'll be in space.
You were there?
We'll be in space, and I'll catch up on all the adventures you guys had while I was making my way to Birmingham.
I'll just sit there. I'll just watch.
And then
He went from space to Birmingham.
space, Birmingham.
Birmingham, the final frontier.
It's not quite the same. We'll be back next week with the adventures, the continuing adventures of that other group of people, where we'll find out if Luz has ever actually found the note under the engagement ring.
You're just going to keep making it doing random wisdom checks, aren't you? every morning. Hey, Lewis, make a wisdom check. Nope, don't see
Hey.
anything.
Hey, yes. Make a wizard. There's something scratching your finger under your ring.
But for now, guys,
That's still sketchy.
I don't think she did. I think she's still wearing it. I think.
she's never actually
think
said
she
she's
took it
taken it off.
You have to say everything to John, otherwise.
Hey, if you don't tell me you're taking it off, you don't take it off.
Yeah.
It's just how that goes.
It's true. It's very true.
Hey, if you
Exactly.
don't tell me
That's
you're
what I
taking it
say
off, you
in
don't
every.
take it off.
Oh, never mind.
It's just how that
I think
goes.
Ben's trying to be the wise one here, especially when he's being the monk.
Well, a cup is only half empty.
But for now, guys, farewell. I'm going to throw a raid over to Ella EU, who is currently playing the world of Warcraft. So,
Ooh.
farewell,
Craft war, though?
auf Wiedersehen, and goodbye.
It's a bit like Minecraft.